Not even 12 o'clock yet. We're really starting to pull the power in quite a bit. It's jumping around because it's trying to find the maximum power point here because it is melting off the panels as we go. But my house is really pulling some current right now. Well, not really. It's only 7.5 amps, so that's 750 watts approximately. It's 75 amps coming out of the batteries, so that is putting out, let's say about 27, 28 amps between the two of them. So I'm using double what my solar is putting out right now. It's probably the furnace is on, heating the house. What else is there? There's a ton of stuff. Oh yeah, my laptop is converting in video, and that's an i7 processor. It takes a lot of power, up to 400 watts for a laptop, which is absolutely insane. But that's a big part of it. And the hot water heater, and fridge, and freezer. It's crazy. All right. Hawk. Extremely sunny. It's a great day if you're running off solar, even though my panels are still covered in snow. But 1 o'clock, running 20 amps from the one set and 15 from the other. About 35 amps coming in. But the house is using 73 at the moment because it's heating. We're down to, this is probably the most accurate one right here. 11.7 under load. So, someone might be running the generator later tonight. Got to keep this going. I'm going to keep this running till Sunday night. Today is Saturday, 1 o'clock. And actually, curious, neither of these MPPTs are even close to one. It's crazy. Okay, well, there we go. She's dropping in amperage a little bit. We're only taking about 450 watts from on the AC side, 4.5 amps, 52 amps from the batteries. The batteries, they're saying the battery sensors in this box. It's saying 21 Fahrenheit. Let's see what it actually is. This is saying 6 Celsius. What is it? Hey, look at that. 21. I think it's pretty dang accurate. Alright. Thanks for watching. Keep updating you guys as I go along this little test. Alright, here's my setup. Got it running in here. I will not be in here. I'll be shutting the garage doors. It's vented all the way around the outside. So I think it'll be alright for fumes. Not if I was in here, but for running conditions. I don't think it'll get too bad. I don't think it'll damage this. Especially because the fans in this thing don't turn on, I don't think, at all. No, it's as cold as can be, so let's do it. 11.7, 11.6 volts. 65 amps coming out. Alright. 2 amp setting. That's just 2 amps. It's a little more than that, depends what. And no significant change. Now 20 amps. Nothing really. So let's go up to the highest setting. 55 amps is about the max of this. It is going up a bit. So what's going to happen is when this is not using as much power, my batteries will be getting charged by the generator. That's the way I'm going to leave it for a while. And after a few hours, I'll update you guys again. As an extra precaution, just because we're hovering a little over 11 volts, so my batteries are probably about 50% discharged. I'm going to hook this up. This is fully charged, so this will be discharged rather quickly, which isn't always the best for a battery, but you know what? I'm willing to do it for this test. And I'm going to hook it up. Let's see, that's negative here. Look for a good spot here. Oh, here we go. Take this little one, move it somewhere else. There we go. Connected on that one. I just need a positive. There's a good spot on a positive. How about right there? There we go. Around on both sides. Around there. Okay. 11.3, 11.4 volts. We'll watch this one. Alright, so I'm turning it on now. It did go up a little bit. It's still going up. But that will help just a little bit more. Extra 35 amp hours. It won't make a huge difference, but it could be a difference of something starting and something not starting. If they do go into like 200, 300 amps of load on these batteries, they might. I was kind of scared of it going below 10 volts just for a quick second and shutting the inverter off. So in that case, I'm hooking that up, and this is still charging at around 50 amps. With the solid 50 amps coming in. Nothing is getting hot on these connections. Nope. All still good. This is a cheapy $100 charger I bought. I got this used for $100. The Power King seems to be a pretty good generator for me. That's the system. So my wife forgot we were on solar, and now we're running a dishwasher, which takes a lot of power. Let's go see how things are holding up. We're trying to go without running the dishwasher, but well, that changed. No, we're still way up there. Battery voltage is surprisingly coming up. Wow, I am really surprised. Oh, that's why. It's no longer on the heating cycle on the dishwasher. That'll turn on and off, and this will jump way up, like into the past the 100. So, well, I'm gonna leave this running for a good 3 or 4 hours, maybe more. It's got a big tank. I'm not sure what it runs. It might even go 10 hours. But I don't really want to run it that long. All the connections are cool. But yeah, solar is fading quickly. So I'm running the generator now to compensate because, let's see, we only had like 4.5, 5 hours of sun today. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Well, oh, it just shut down. Good. I was up over 200 amps there for a bit, and my batteries are under 11 volts. That's even with this running, because the dishwasher is running inside, lights are running, fridge, freezer, furnace, all running off this 3,000 watt continuous, 6,000 peak for 10 seconds. Actually, the voltage was actually sagging through these lines. It never went below 11.3 volts on the battery bank, but through these 3-aught cables on this side it was 10.11 volt or 10.7 volts. That's what it was. But we're climbing back up again. Now we're down to 75 amps. Hopefully that goes down some more, but As soon as that dishwasher's done its load, they want to run the Keurig coffee maker, which is another 1500 watts, and they're going to help make about 5 cups of coffee. So this is really putting a strain on the system, kind of running it almost to its max. So there's no babying this system this weekend, and that's another reason why we have to run the generator. That's only 1200 watts. That would never run the house at its current condition. Actually, right now it would. At 7.3 amps it would, but what we were at before, 15 amps, we hit 23 amps for a little bit. It would never run that. So this is how I compensate for my system. Plus that puts out a really dirty sine wave. So I have it running through this, and I get a nice pure sine wave. We're at 11.1. The one says, oh no, 11.5. It looks like a load just shut off. Let's see what we're at here. Nope. No, we're still at the same. Okay. I'll just keep you guys posted. Now the washing machine has kicked in its heating element. We are at 196 amps coming out of the batteries, 15 amps coming out of the AC. So that's pretty freaking high. But this is a heck of an inverter. Good one. My batteries are down to 11 volts under this 200 amp load, almost 180 amp load. All right, here's a later video. It's like 4 o'clock. Sun's going down, as you can see, and 11.5 volts, 11.6 volts, a total of 12.5-ish volts coming in inside the house, pulling 87 amps. So we are losing power. I'm going to hook up generator and charger. Alright, it's dark outside. It's past 10. This ran till it ran out of gas, and I didn't know this until now, but that only has like a 1-gallon tank of fuel. I thought it was bigger. It looks bigger, but it's extremely thin. That's it. So that only ran for... it was close to full load. I would say at least 1,000 watts. I'm not sure exact. I was gone for I was gone for 4.5 hours. So it ran for about 3.5 hours before running out of gas, something along those lines. And then the generator turned off. And then they used a Keurig. They made 3 cups of coffee. They did a load in the dishwasher, and then they took the George Foreman out and they cooked quesadillas, all on this little solar system. That was a little much for the system. It cooked it all. It worked, but now my batteries, they're dead. This is lower than I like to bring them. 11.1 volts. I didn't think they were going to use this much power while I was gone. I went snowboarding. So this is more dead than I like my batteries to be. So I'm going to charge it right now. And the great thing about this inverter has a 250 amp charger in it. I can't use the 250 amp setting because that's more than my breaker can handle. But I can do, well, let's see what we can do. Let's exit this fault. Yes, I know my battery's dead. You don't have to tell me my battery's dead. Let's go up to this. There we go. It's charging. Now let's see what it's charging at. So now this, instead of inverting, it is now charging. Let's see here. It's charging at the 5 amp setting. Like, I turn it to 5 amps for my little generator. Sometimes I use that generator to run this. It doesn't work too well, but it's able to run it anyways. So I'm at the 5 amp setting. It puts 36, 38 amps into the batteries. I'm going to up that to the next option, which is 10 amps. Hit enter. Now let's see what we're putting into the grid here. Or not the grid, the batteries. So we're at 7.8 amps, around 73 amps going to the batteries. So power share, let's up that again to 15. Enter. Now let's watch this go up again. Have almost 100 amps going in. So that is 10%. No, that's more like 8% of the capacity of this bank going in at 100 amps, because it's a little over 1100 watts with this connected, that battery connected, and then the rest in there, because this is 1080 right here. A little over 100 amp hours in there, 35 amp hour there, and a car battery there. That one I don't usually use in my setup. I usually just have it charging, but I just didn't unhook it this time, so it got a little bit of use. So 100 amps going in, but it's only 12 amps coming out of the AC system. It can handle more than that, so I'm going to go up to 20. Enter. There we go. Ooh, now it's actually pulling. My phone ran out of memory, so it stopped the video. But I just deleted some old videos and we can continue. I have it on the 20 amp share setting now, and it's gone down to like 15.9, 16 amps, putting 130-ish amps into the batteries. I don't think I'm going to push it any further than what it is. This cord seems to be able to handle it, no problem. Nothing's heating up. Everything seems good. I am a little worried about this meter. I'm really close to its max, or slightly past it, but that's what it's taking, how many watts are going into this thing. So it is charging the entire bank. I refilled this with gas. I am extremely surprised. This was only filled up to that line here. And so it was around that line, and I poured it into there and it filled it completely. So it ran off a very small amount of gas at full load for about 3.5 hours. Putting about 50 amps into the batteries the whole time, except for my wife was pulling at least 100 amps most of the time out of these batteries. So I can kill them pretty fast, seeing as these are 135 each. So if you're taking 135 amp hours out, that's a battery an hour. That will go pretty fast at that quantity. Plus, you only use half of the power. So I've decided to stop the tests late Saturday night on running on these batteries. It seems we've used too much power. I'm sure if we were trying to conserve power, we would have made it easily through the weekend, but pretty much using the house like we normally would has depleted the batteries by late Saturday night, and now I am charging the batteries again with the built-in charger on this. I have it limited to 15 amps coming out of the wall. So that only produces approximately 100 amps going to the batteries. It says it's taking 12 amps AC. So I'm now sitting at 12.5, 12.6 volts. Because I depleted my batteries a little past 50%. So I want to charge them up immediately after that, because letting them sit at that discharge point will wreck them if you leave them there for too long. So I am going to charge them off the grid at night which is cheap anyways. It's you pay half the price per kilowatt at night. So that's what I'm doing. Instead of letting them sit all night and run them off the generator tomorrow, I don't want to do that because that's too long sitting at a discharge state. So I didn't make it the full weekend like I anticipated, but it's a learning curve. Now I know if I was ever in this circumstance, I do have to conserve power if I want to make it a weekend. In the summer, it's a different story. I'm sure I could have done this no problem in the summer and got a full week. But I'll be making another video like this in the summertime to show what I can do in the summer. Thanks for watching, guys.